Welcome to Japan, land of the rising sun, and home to the Winter Olympic Games at Sapporo in 1972. Soon the bullet trains will be headed for northern Japan once again, to Nagano and the Winter Games of '98. Welcome back. Bob Varsha along with Peter Carruthers, and our coverage of the best in worldwide speed skating moves now from the 1994 Olympic Arena in Norway to the venue for the 1998 Games coming up in February in Nagano, Japan. It's the M-Wave Arena, brand new and playing host to the most prestigious event in the sport, the World Allround Championships. And we have a couple of defending world champions with something to prove here, Peter.
Yes, these champions do want to keep their titles, at least their world titles. Recently on ESPN, you may have seen that Rinjai Ritsma and Gunda Niemann both were defeated at the European Championships. But Gunda Niemann, the five-time defending world champion, has made some changes. She was defeated at the European Championships by Tony Dion, who is from the Netherlands, and she was skating on the new clap skates. They're the newest in technology. They help with speed. Well, guess who has made a big change to the clap skates? Gunda Niemann. She's going to do whatever it takes to keep that world title.
Inside the spanking new and amazing M-Wave Arena we go for the first event in the 1997 World All-Around Championships. First, our format. Individual medals will be awarded at each distance, as well as the overall champion. 4 distances for men and women. The all-around champion determined once again by the lowest Samolog point total based on performances over 500 meters. That's our first event for the men. Falco Zandstra of the Netherlands going up against Casey Boudier of the United States.
Casey was 5th last year at the World Championships. And the question is, can he threaten some of the leaders here? He's been steadily moving up the ladder.
Boudier on the inside. Will switch to the outside in an all-out sprint.
Zandstra's fresh from the Europeans after placing 3rd.
Boudier a little wild off that final corner. They are virtually shoulder to shoulder to the line. Boudier wins at 37.93 to 38.06 for Falco Zandstra.
A good victory for Boudier.
Now our next pair, Keiji Shirahara of Japan and Rinjai Ritsma of the Netherlands.
Ritsma trying to make it 3 in a row. After losing the Europeans to Postma, he wants to have a good race here.
Remember, the 500 meters is the basis of the scoring. Good 100-meter times, 10.14 and 10.18. The Dutchman in the lead. The crowd going absolutely crazy here in Japan. Rapidly becoming one of the powerhouses of worldwide speed skating.
And look at Shirahara just blowing doors down the stretch.
37.59 to 37.99. Shirahara over the reigning world champion. A tremendous performance by the Japanese skater. Now Its Postma coming off his surprising European all-around championship, going up against Kjell Storelid of Norway.
And Postma still showing excellent sprint form from the European Championships. Remember, he is on a high after that huge victory that he had.
Storelid very slow over that first 100 meters. Postma at 10.10, very quick. Postma brimming with confidence coming into this World All-Around Championship. 37.36, good for 2nd place. A disappointing performance for the Norwegian. Final results of the 500 meters won by Korean Lee Kyu-hyuk. Postma in 2nd, and defending world champ Rinjai Ritsma, a very disappointing night. Those times will form the basis of their points totals as we go forward to the 5,000 meters for men. There is Frank Dietrich of Germany. He will skate against Its Postma.
Dietrich on the clap skates. He's made a mid-season switch to the newest in technology where the skate hinges up by the ball of the foot and actually opens up on the push and then closes shut at the end of the push.
The result is a longer, stronger push.
Because the blade is on the ice for a longer period of time.
Now the 5,000 meters is 10 times the 500 meters, so the final times will be divided by 10. That will provide the points increment that will be added to each skater's total. Lowest total score will determine our world all-around champion. We pick it up on the final lap.
Dietrich moving away from Postma, clearly in the lead.
This is a bit of a surprise. We expected Postma to be much stronger coming off his European all-around title, but Frank Dietrich wins this race easily, 6:43.74 to 6:49.09. And now Kjell Storlid of Norway against Keiji Shirahara of Japan. Japanese athletes in all sorts of winter sports are under significant pressure with the world coming to Nagano in February for the Winter Olympics.
It's kind of surprising because Shirahara shows strength outside of the sprints, and the Japanese are traditionally known for being great sprinters, but he is doing very well here.
Once again, we pick up the action on the final lap. Shirahara with the inner lane will surge to the lead as they come down the final straightaway. And this is a bit of an upset. Storlid from Norway, where the sport has been a passion for centuries, losing to the Japanese Shirahara, the new powerhouse in speed skating. Margin of victory about 2 full seconds. Now let's pick up the end of a race in progress. This is Bart Veldkamp, one of the dominant long-distance skaters in the world, and there's an interesting story at play here. Before the European Championship, Veldkamp was among several key distance skaters who opted to skate in one of the sport's legendary events, the 11 Cities Tour in the Netherlands. It's a 200-kilometer race, about 120 miles. His muscles were absolutely shot for the European Championships, but he has rested here, and he wins the 5,000 meters at 6 minutes, 43.26 seconds.
Whoa, unhappy with somebody, but here, the classic distance skater and the form to match.
Well, he may not be a sportsman, but he is an athlete, and Bart Veldkamp of Belgium wins the 5,000 meters. Interesting choice of racing suit there as well. Call it the Fried Egg Special. Veldkamp beats Dietrich and Shirahara for gold at 5,000 meters. It's Postma with the early championship lead. Casey Boudiette a half point out in third. We'll be back to Japan. Welcome back to the M-Wave Arena in Nagano, Japan. Bob Varsha, Peter Carruthers with you for the men's 1,500 meters at these World Speed Skating Championships. World record holder Hiroyuki Nowaki of Japan takes on Casey Boudiette of the United States.
Actually, two good racers here. Boudiette has this as his strongest event, so this will be a great race.
Boudiette in third place in the championship right now. Nowaki going for a gold medal at his favorite distance. Picking up the action now on the final lap. Boudiette with a slight lead over the Japanese. He could beat the world record holder here, and by any measure, that is an achievement. Pressing all the way to the line, 1:52.53 by 6/10 of a second. Casey Boudiette of the United States moves into the provisional lead at 1,500.
Casey Boudiette with an inline background has really improved deep in his knees. Good form here.
Our next pair, Keiji Shirahara and Iids Postma, the championship leader after 2 events.
In this event, Postma is the favorite. He has a newfound confidence after the European Championships. Bob, what a victory that was for him, taking out Ritzma.
Meeting his countryman and arch rival. He'll have to maintain that sort of performance level, peaking through these World Championships before beginning the long training build-up for the Nagano Olympics in this building. On to the final lap. Postma comfortably in control of this race. Question is, will he surpass Casey Boutier of the United States for the event lead and the gold medal at 1,500 meters? And look at the strain in that face.
Postma beginning to tire, but holding on. Driving for the finish line.
And he moves into the lead. Ids Postma did exactly what he needed to do, winning the men's 1,500 meters and taking an even firmer grip on the overall points lead.
Postma just continuing his excellence. And that's at the end of the race, and he really wasn't breaking down too much there. Strong.
153.20.
A bit of camaraderie between Postma and Shirahata. Final results of the men's 1,500 meters. Ids Postma of the Netherlands beats Casey Boutier of the United States. Jason Parker of Canada finishes in third place. After 3 events, our championship standings, Ids Postma still with a half-second lead, or make that half a point, over Keiji Shirahata, with Casey Boutier holding on in third. Now to the marathon of speed skating events, the 10,000 meters. Casey Boutier with an interesting start, putting his right hand on the ice, skating against Nagano of Japan.
This is nothing more than an endurance contest. It is critical that lap times are observed in the 10,000 meter. And consistency in those lap times. You do not want to deviate from the times that you have in training, or else you will get into trouble.
Peter, you mentioned earlier that Boutier is a star on inline skates, the form of dry land training that has been a boon to the sport of speed skating.
A lot of cross training takes place there. You're right, Bob. But what happens in the 10,000 meters, your coach sets out a very strict timetable so that you don't blow up in the race. It's easy to get distracted and fall off of that pace because it is such a long race.
And we move ahead to the final lap, final corner for Casey Boutier, breathing hard. And both arms are now down and swinging, trying to carry momentum to the finish line. 14:08.75, about 38 seconds off of Johan Olof Koss's world record. But what is important is where he stands relative to his competitors.
Actually, good composure for Casey in the turn here. He looked good at the end, even though he's in 4th place at this point. He's doing exactly what he should.
And a look at Nagano of Japan, and look at the oh, the pain.
Well, it is an amazing test of endurance.
And now for the championship. Keiji Shirahata of Japan, second in the championship standings against Ids Postma, who leads the standings. And this is not a coincidence. This is the way that the points leaders are matched up.
And all I can say is, what a year for Postma thus far. He has done everything he's needed to get to the top. This is the last race. Will he do it?
Now Shirahata, under the scoring system, the Samolog system, must beat Ids Postma by 10.8 seconds if he is to overcome Postma's lead in the points.
The likelihood of that happening in the 10,000 meter for Postma is definitely unlikely. So if he can just stay on his times, his lap times, he'll have this locked up.
2 laps to go. The Japanese working hard, but Postma has the lead, looking more and more like the 1997 World All-Around Champion.
It's his.
1 lap remaining for Ids Postma, who moved even further into the hearts of his countrymen by beating Renji Ritsma for the European All-Around Championship. And now he will cap his season with the world title as well.
Widening the gap What a year it has been for Postma.
And for Keiji Shirahata, second place in the world, not a bad way to go into the Olympic year when he will skate on home ice against the best in the world in this building. Its Postma comes through at 14:07.54. Shirahata 14:07.95. A close race, but nowhere near what Shirahata needed to overcome Postma for the World Championship. And in the bright orange stands where the Dutch fans have set up shop, their hero, Eds Postma, has completed his dream season.
And it all started at the European Championships for him, and he has not looked back since.
Final results of the 10,000 meters. Bart Veldkamp comes through to win, and Frank Dietrich of Germany second. That second is important because it edges Casey Boudier of the United States off of the podium, a bitter pill for the U.S. team. We'll be back to Nagano, Japan, in the M-Wave Arena for the ladies. Stand by.